Are y'all ready to get this show started? 3, 2, 1.
Let's get it. Here we go.
You're now tuned into the City Flow on Hidden City Radio.
We know some good, make them say.
With your girl, top-notch Butterscotch.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, top-notch Butterscotch. You're now tuned in to Hidden City Radio. Welcome back to season 2 of City Flow. Tonight is my first time back on the air since last year, and with that being said, I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The time is now 8:07. It's Saturday, January 9th, 2021. We got 7 days until inauguration. If impeachment doesn't come first, y'all already knows how it goes on City Flow here at Hidden City Radio. Now, before we get started, if you would like to be on my show, please submit your inquiry to hiddencityradio@gmail.com. And make sure you submit your contact information, a small bio about your business, and your web address, and I'll reach back out to you, possibly to schedule an interview. Now, when we get back, we're going to be talking with Mr. Aubrey Banks, CEO of the Tailored Firm, and a few of his other ventures, so please don't touch that dial. This first song you're about to hear describes what I'm about to do with Hidden City Radio, which is go crazy. Your first song of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is Chris Brown. Let's go crazy. Now let's get this show started.
Then they switch when they say I'm choosing on my bitch. Top down, got her doing donuts on the dick, yeah. Pause for the flick. Damn it, bust it, baby, watch you do it on the split. She don't need no hands or no pants. Do your dance, poppin' rubber bands, hit the dash, make it fast. Yo, waiting by me phone just to take you down, down. Let me put it down, down. Now put it down, down. Watch me put it down, down. Now put it down, down. Trips to your crib in the middle of the night. I know that you miss me as I put it down right down, babe. I can put you on a flight. You know that a nigga like me can change your life, oh, babe. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you a freak, little baby. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you a freak, little baby.
Welcome back. While we were on that brief pause, I was trying to get a hold of Mr. Aubrey Banks. I'm not sure if we were able to get a hold of him. Mr. Aubrey Banks, if you can hear us, please say hello to the crowd.
Hello, I can hear you now.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, welcome back to Hidden City Radio. Tonight's guest is Mr. Aubrey Banks, CEO of the Taylor Firm, which is a full service marketing and management firm that assists clients in getting brand ambassadorship and branding opportunities. Y'all give it up for Mr. Aubrey Banks. Welcome to City Flow. It's a pleasure having you on the show tonight. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing really good. I appreciate it.
Yes, yes, yes. First of all, I just want to say I'm honored that I was given this opportunity to interview you, especially someone with your resume in the music industry. Yes, listeners, this man has been in the music industry for over 16 years, but I'll let him tell you the rest. Mr. Aubrey Banks, if you don't mind, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Aubrey Banks. I appreciate the introduction also. It was dope. But my name is Aubrey Banks. I'm from originally from Adel, Georgia, a very small town in Georgia. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia when I was 19 years old. Kind of been there ever since up until this year. I moved to LA.
Okay.
Started my journey in the entertainment industry as a celebrity stylist. I had a clothing store and had a lot of celebrities that came through, and I ended up styling them. Just kind of felt like my purpose was bigger. And
Mm-hmm.
then to be completely candid, I wanted more money.
I
I wasn't
understand.
I wasn't making what I wanted to make, and I seen them prospering. So I entered into the music industry, and kind of how I did that is I signed a friend of mine who was a producer, and I started selling beats on MySpace, and that's how I entered the music industry.
Nothing wrong with that, and definitely nothing wrong with wanting to enlarge your territory. You know, I'm all about that. Everybody who knows me knows I'm always looking to enlarge my territory because, as the good word says, it's there for us. All we got to do is ask, and we shall receive. And again,
Amen.
it's a pleasure having you on the show tonight. I know our listeners are dying to hear more about you and your company and the upcoming Entertainment Master Series. So let's jump right into this interview, shall we?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Okay, so word on the street is you're a silent killer in the music industry. Grammy nominated. Latest projects consist of opening a concierge service for celebrity athletes and an entertainment masterclass series. Mr. Aubrey, I see why the latest article I read about you called you a Renaissance man. Now, if you could please tell our listeners what exactly it is that you do for the industry and how the industry inspired you for your upcoming ventures.
Okay, good question. For me specifically, I didn't really feel like I had any specific talents when I entered the industry. I knew that I was smart and I knew that I was good at business, but as far as having a specific talent or skill set, like being able to play sports or being able to sing or rap, I didn't have those things. So I kind of used my intellect to guide me. And what I realized is a lot of people that were successful or people that I looked up to had a multitude of talents. They didn't just do one thing. And so that's kind of how I tried to train my career is by doing a multitude of things, but not necessarily anything, but just things specifically that I thought that I could be good at. And that kind of led me in the role of being in the music industry on the production side and not necessarily on the artist side because I was really good at handling business. And as far as production, you just really have to sell it. And I was a good salesperson. So then that
Nice.
led me was a segue into other things as far as like my sports company. A lot of my friends just so happen to be in professional sports players. Living in Atlanta, being in the entertainment industry, they kind of all intertwine. And I just
Yes.
saw them not getting a lot of support on their end. I seen musicians getting lots of support. Some of the musicians I work with had several managers. The people that I knew in sports had none. They had maybe one manager, one agent. And once those job titles
Typical
came
Jerry
into
Maguire
place, it was
story.
yeah, it was a totally 100%. So for me, I realized that it was a void in the market, and I kind of created something to fill that void.
Okay, okay. A little background before diving right in never hurts anybody. I have a few more questions before we go to break and let you be on your way. As we know, time is money and money is time. Now, my first question is a three-part question. So,
Yeah.
the question number one is what gave you an idea for the concierge service for the celebrity athletes? Is question number two is this just for athletes only? And question number three is what type of services are included in that concierge celebrities? That just sounds so good to just roll concierge service for celebrity athletes. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, well, the name of the company is called Success Society Sports Club. And
Ooh,
the idea came about again because I had a lot of friends and counterparts that were in the entertainment industry sector or the sports field. And most of them that were in the sports field just didn't have correct representation. And so I wanted to create something that would give them the opportunity to explore different avenues in their career that didn't have to necessarily do with sports. The answer to the first question. The second question is specifically, I guess, when it came to creating this company, I wanted to target only athletes. I didn't want it to be a service that I catered to everybody else because I have a company that I cater to everybody else.
okay.
And then lastly, what I do provide is I provide a litany of services, everything from brand ambassadorships, contract writing, endorsement, even down to financial advice. A lot of my players don't really know what a plan B is. They know that they go to play football or basketball or whatever, and they get a check. They
That is
don't know
true.
about investments. They don't know about buying a home. A lot of my friends didn't even know that they needed a certain credit score to buy a home, credit score to buy a home. So there's a
Yeah,
lot of misguided information in that world because they
that
just
is
don't
true.
know. So I wanted to create something so that they'll be able to utilize my skill set and my talents as their own and become better at whatever they wanted to be better at.
Good deal. I likes, and I really like that you want to take that time and specifically cater towards the athletes only because it's such a tragic story that you hear in that community how so many celebrity athletes they make it and next thing you know they are broke. So I really commend you on that because that's an area that really needs to be looked at, especially in our community because I mean, I don't want to sound, racist or anything, but pretty much for us, it's like we either are going to be musicians, we're going to be athletes, and I mean, depending on if you come from an African family, you'll either be a doctor or a lawyer. But moving
Right.
forward, that's pretty much how it's laid out for us. So
Yeah.
I really, really commend you on that. So it sounds like an awesome venture that may take off, especially with the way of the new worlds. I think you may be on to something with that one. It's always a pleasure hearing from entrepreneurs how they got the idea to start a venture. And I also like reading and watching movies that show the blueprint of their start as well. So with that being said, let's talk about this entertainment masterclass series. What would you say encouraged you to start an entertainment masterclass? That's a big move right there. For me, that's like Oprah and TED Talk status. So please fill me in on that move.
I appreciate that for sure. For me, the entirety of my career, the span of the 16 years that I've been in the industry, I have been a teacher. I have been a leader. I have been someone that has established business from the ground up and saw them through and been very successful at it. And I liked your point earlier about, we have specific, especially in the African American community, we have specifics that are laid out before we're even born on what our parents want us to be. I think it's important that you allow people to be themselves, and I think you'll soar higher if you're able to realize your own dreams instead of someone else's.
Yes,
And so for
yes.
me, just kind of sitting down and talking to people that have been in my life over the course of this time, I was a teacher. I was doing all of the things that I'm doing now, but really just doing it as a confidant and doing it for free. And it just became to be taxing on me, and I didn't want to not give good advice. I didn't want to not be there for certain people, but I had to be able to monetize it in some way because it was a full fledged business that I was just kind of giving away. Well, that's kind of how the master classes came. I get a litany of DMs, emails, over 100 a week on people asking for guidance and asking for help. And just me being the person that I am, I would give it to them. And I saw my days and nights being filled with just giving out information. And it came to me that should create something that
To
was safe for people to
monetize.
learn information, and also a business platform to me because I'm a businessman. It has to make sense. So that's kind of how I came up with it. And it's been a great, refreshing motion for me. I moved to LA this year, and I came up with the idea when I moved here. And so far, so good. I'm excited to get them started this year.
Nice. I've been put in a predicament such as yours where they call me the mad scientist because I do these big ventures, and I figure out how to cut out the middleman, and I figure out how to do pretty much everything on my own, hence the reason I started Hidden City Radio. This is mine. I own this. Nobody can take this from me. And
That's
I
right.
get inboxes all day long. How do you do this? How do you do that? But in the same token, sometimes I feel as though, like you said, I'm giving away information for free, but at the same time, I don't want to withhold this knowledge from people. But then there's my deal breaker is it's like, if I took the time to research and find out this information, why can't you? So I,
Bingo.
I feel like they're being lazy when it comes to
Yep.
certain aspects of their ventures and wanting to, do something such as you, because I don't look at it as competition when someone comes to me and say, hey Tip, I want to know how to do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? That's fine, but at the same time, like, what work did you really put in, my guy? I really need to know that information. So that's what's up. I may have to check out your masterclass since I'm not a celebrity athlete and I cannot use the concierge service. So, Mr. Aubrey, do you have a web address where our listeners can find more information if they're interested?
Yes, so I don't have a web address. All of the information so far is on my social media, which is my Instagram is underscore chasing banks. There will be a web address coming soon. I don't have the logistics on that now, simply because all of my companies have been private companies since their conception. And so I never really crossed that bounds as far as having a website. I wanted to keep some sort of exclusivity. And so it's almost going to be, even the masterclass is almost going to be like a private club. Like, it's going to
Oh.
be for the people who really want it, and not anybody can enter if you're not serious. But there will be a web address coming soon. If you just keep posted on my social media page, you'll see all the updates.
Nice, nice. Okay, well, let's rewind back a little bit. So this is going to be like a little speakeasy. So not so much that everybody's going to know. It's like your article said, if you're not amongst the who's who of the who's, you don't even know who Aubrey Banks is. So you
That's right.
want your okay, I see you, Mr. Banks.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a certain value that comes with exclusivity. And exclusivity doesn't mean that you have to make a certain dollar amount and you have to have a certain name. It just means you have to value yourself. And if you value yourself, you will put money and invest in yourself. And not even money, time. I put so much time into myself, into others, because I value them, and I value the uprise of just us as Black people in general. So I agree with you from the total beginning when you said, a lot of people are just lazy. They don't want to put the work in. I'm just learning that in the last 2 years. I devoted a lot of time to people who just wasn't serious. So I'm no longer doing that. Got to be serious to be around me.
That is the hey, that's a good work ethic habit to have. I mean, it's lonely. I'm gonna be honest with you because
For
all the
sure, it's
people who
lonely.
I thought was gonna be around me, yeah, 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 you'll hear that, But when it's time to put in that work, all you hear is crickets and you the last man standing. But it is such a pleasure to have you here on the show. And before I let you go, Mr. Banks, now I read that you were Grammy nominated. This show
Yes.
has extended far past what it was supposed to extend with you because I'm very intrigued and I'm also in the Atlanta area. So when we disconnect, we're gonna make sure that we keep in touch because I would definitely like to do business with someone like you and keep someone like you in my circle. But tell us more about this Grammy nomination. I am talking to a
Okay.
Grammy nominated award winner. Y'all, this is going down in my books as one. This is one of
Yeah,
my
well,
one of my
I
picks.
I I appreciate the love. It was a super compliment. For me, a lot of hard work just paid off. You know, a lot of nights in the studio. For me, my Music Heads company is a production company. So what I do specifically is I sign producers to my company. Then they produce the beats for the artist. I then take those beats and I sell them. So if a artist is nominated for a Grammy or win a Grammy, and my production is the beat that they song or rapped on, then I also am nominated or won a Grammy. So I've actually been nominated for a Grammy twice, one with DJ Khaled and one with Tamar Braxton, and those both were records that my producers produced. So yeah, that's kind of how it ended and started. It was just putting in the work, going in the studio, sending out beats, and it paid off.
Smart move, Mr. Banks. Smart move. I'm no stranger to the music industry. Graduated from Full Sail University. I
Yes,
got
ma'am. I
my
like that.
entertainment business degree. I like that. I like that. Yes, we definitely gonna have to keep in touch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first with Mr. Aubrey Banks. But before we let him go, I have one more question to ask the Renaissance man. Are y'all ready? Well, Mr. Aubrey Banks, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so when it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered for?
Great question. I think that for me specifically, every day I wake up, I ask or I pray that I become better today than I was yesterday. And I want to leave a legacy behind. I see so many people that become a hashtag or they die and people don't remember them or don't visit them or don't even feel any type of emotions towards them. And I don't want to be that. So I often tell people this in my life. If when something happens to me, I don't want there to be no fish fry. It's not no celebration. I want everybody to cry. You need to go to sleep. You need to mourn because I want to be unaffected you in that much of a way that it won't be a happy occasion that I'm gone. And so I kind of just put my work in. I am who I say I am, and I give way more to others than is given to me. And I don't look for anything in return. Just because I feel like my blessings aren't just for me. I think that I've lived a life already of three kings. So everything past that point for me is a bonus, and I'm very open to sharing that with the world as I do currently. So I just want my legacy to be known as a good, honest person, someone who really cared about people and always did the right thing even when it hurted.
I know that's right, Mr. Banks. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What's your zodiac sign? Are you a Libra?
I'm a Libra, you already know.
You know what? I'm a Libra. October 8th. That's my day. I was like,
September 25th.
ain't nothing. You said October 25th?
September 25th.
September 25th. Okay. Because I was about to say, well, hop script. Record.
Uh,
You a Scorpio.
no way. I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra through and through. For sure.
Hey,
100%.
shout out to my Libra gangs. Yes, we have a lot in common, and we are pretty much the same. So,
I
yes,
love
we will
that.
definitely keep in touch. And there you have it, folks. Mr. Grammy nominated Aubrey Banks, CEO of the Taylor firm. Make sure you check him out. Register for his Entertainment Master Series. Again, thank you for being a part of the show, Mr. Banks. If there's nothing left you want to say, we can go ahead and part ways.
I appreciate you for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have a great one, Mr. Banks, and keep in touch. Have a good
Thank you.
night. Bye bye.
Thank you. I'll send you my contact information.
All right, sounds good. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all make sure y'all check out Mr. Aubrey Banks, CEO of the Taylor firm. Up next, I got some new music for you by my girl Jasmine Sullivan, Vivian Green, and Tanking the Bangers. And y'all make sure y'all stay tuned because I got that indie section up next. And they're all hailing from South Carolina, except for one. Y'all know I had to throw my boy Tony Boy in the mix. But I got Ascari Turf and Jay Boone with Loss. Y'all keep it loud.
profile on Tinder. Since you left me to be with her, I think that means I'm getting desperate. Wish I could return the sender, but you don't love me no more. And I don't even know what for. Knew it was real when you blocked me. Now I sit at home judging my body, wondering what I did to lose you. Why in the hell you ain't choose me? Why you don't love me no more? Yeah. And I don't even know what for. Nah, just wanted something different. Still don't know what I was missing. What you asked I would've given. It ain't right how these hoes be winning. Why they be winning? Yeah. No hope for a girl like me. How come they be winning? Yeah. And I ain't wanna be, but you gon' make a whole out of me.
Yeah, you gon' make me a gold digger. Maybe I should look like a stripper, wearing fashion over dresses, while these dudes be so pressed and impressed with it. You leave me with no choice. I can't do this good girl shit no more. Yours wanted something different. Still don't know what I was missing. What you asked, I would've given. It ain't right how these hoes be winning. Yeah, they be winning. No hopeful girl like me. How come they be winning? And I ain't wanna be, but you gon' make a whole out of me.
Y'all niggas been making a sense. They say y'all don't know how we met. So we start acting like we don't care. Cause y'all niggas been taking us there. Cause you don't want us no more. Ooh, it breaks us to the core. You must want something different. Still don't know what you was missing. What you asked, I would've given. It ain't right how these hoes be winning. Why they be winning? Oh, for a girl like me, how come they be winning? I ain't wanna be, but you gon' make a whole out of me. A whole I'll be. Yeah. That's what you wanted, that's what you get, a whole I'll be. Look what you did, kid. Yeah, a whole I'll be. See what you did to me.
I still like up when you're
Yo, your head wrapped up in a scarf, and I'm feeling your skin tone. When we met, it was more than the friend zone. Coretta Scott King, that light lit up in my eyes. From the vibe, it was clearer than Visine. Every little step I take is my taste. Your finger screams, I wanna rock right now like Rob Bass. Starks and Vivian, outsiders oblivious. These butterflies I'm holding inside is serious.
tonight, I'm on the way to meet you. Slip on this little black dress, butterflies when I see you. After all this time, yeah, we keep going. Yeah, we got love and it keeps growing. Though we have our moments, it matters the most. That bounce in your walk, the center you belong with. Whatever need I never want, 'cause you already know it. After all this time, we keep going, and we got love, and it keeps growing. Though we have our moments, what matters the most. When you're around.
up. Plus, I adore your gangster. My love's on fleek, enough to motivate you. We roll like monsters, got your soul for hostage. I'm right behind you while you fall in my boxes. That time of the month, yeah, I'm rubbing your stomach. Take away the cramps, your baby keeps it 100. Whether in the hair salon or under my arm, I'm keeping you close in my heart where you belong.
I don't always tell you how I feel. I hold it back sometimes, like when we were kids. But you still give me all those butterflies every time. Make my body light up, light up.
Light 'em up. Dedicated to your wifey, dedicated to your husband, dedicated to your best friend, dedicated to your family, dedicated to you, dedicated to you.
Dedicated to you.
Bringing you nothing but exclusives. It's Hidden City Radio.
Bags don't roll like they used to. Lies don't flow like they supposed to. I wake up late sometimes. I would have left my mind if it wasn't screwed on like it's supposed to. I'm really contemplating just laying here. I could avoid the traffic. I could just grow the netty. My baby says that I shouldn't go nowhere. But my flight is waiting. Here I am still debating. Why, oh, why do I even try? I always seem to forget something I left in the bag, and now it's in the trash, and I'm already so late. TSA keeps taking my shit. My lotion, my perfume, body mist, gel, itch control, cologne, pocket knife, lighter, hair products, all it, you know, like all it, like. TSA keeps taking my shit. Stop me, 'cause somebody say I'm really bugging, man, these cats be frontin'. Say I'm really frontin', man, these cats be bugging.
Oh no, they just took my cologne. I just bought this new bottle and now it's all gone. What do you think I'm gonna do with it anyway? Spray you to death, would you just give me a break? Didn't wanna check a bag last time and me screwed. So I packed this carry-on thinking that it would go smooth.
Why, oh, why do I even try? I always seem to forget something I left in my bag, and now it's in the trash, and I'm already
So late.
TSA keeps taking my shit.
Every time I stand in line.
I'm going through the motions. Did she just take my lotion?
Oh no.
TSA keeps taking my shit. Stop me. I'm feeling real violated. She keeps touching me. TSA keeps taking my shit.
She's feeling violated. She's feeling violated. So very violated.
TSA keeps taking my shit. I'm feeling violated. So very violated. Girl, lollipop, bobby pins, girl. My dignity, like, why, oh, why do I even try? I don't like it. They took my sunscreen, and they took my lotions, and she took my bad cologne, girl. I mean, Lord, like, they took all type of stuff. Like, I'm going through the motions. Bitch, touching those bitch. What's gonna happen with the lotion? Gonna take off the plane? They took my Calgon away. I looked at the black girl for some sympathy. Not the edge control, sis. Not the shea butter. Think of your mother. Think
Think of your sister. Think of your daughter. No. Not the cocoa butter. Not the cocoa butter. Welcome back to the show. If you don't know, I come to you live right now, anytime I like, at 7, 8, or 9 p.m. at hiddencityradio.net. The link will be posted on our Facebook page, so please make sure you like us on Facebook so you can get a notification on the show. Moving forward, I hope you all enjoyed hearing from Mr. Aubrey Banks, our first guest of the new season of City Flow. And speaking of the new season, if you don't know, we are now a radio affiliate with Cheryl Underwood Radio, which airs every day at 6:30 Monday through Friday, and we have a new show that was also added to the airtime schedule called the No Cap Show with Salahomie Mo, which airs Monday through Friday at 1:15 right here on Hidden City Radio. So we also air the Indie Top 10, which plays Monday through Sunday. So check out the website for airtime schedule, and also check out the news and advertising section where we promote small businesses. And going back to the indie artists, like I said before we went to break, I got 3 indie artists killing the airwaves in their local areas of Florida and South Carolina. And y'all know I love my boy Tony Boy, so you know he's going to be on the list. Moving forward, make sure y'all tune in tonight at 10 p.m. to that late night cupcake with Cheryl Underwood Radio as well. And then on Sunday with Spiritual Nourishment. Y'all know y'all got to get that spiritual nourishment in. Good start of the week. Don't ever start your week off with some wisdom from the good Lord. That's how I like to start off my week, and I'm moving right along with the show. We got some changes coming. We're going to start streaming. That's right, live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. And so if you have a YouTube channel, go ahead and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to us before we even get there, so you can get a notification when we're on the air. I'm still working out some things on the back end as far as OBS Studios and Restream, and still learning my new mixer. So yeah, I'm a one-woman show back here, so y'all just hang tight. I'm making sure I'm gonna get to y'all. But coming up next, as I said, I got Ashkari Turf, Jay Boone, and Tony Boy. Y'all keep it locked.
Move, bitch. Get on my way. Please don't interrupt when I'm getting to the cake. The pistol on me talk, that stay on my waist. My flow ludicrous, fast and furious shit. I'ma get the shooting shit and expand my way. Nigga, we know you a bitch at the end of the day. You pick up the pen to the people giving names. Shout out Smith and Wesson, them a nigga best friend. I'll never fold, never pick up the pen. Then a nigga ran when we spin the band. If you still outside, then we spinning the game. I'm 100 plus 10, nigga, I can up a 10. It's us never land till a nigga like then. Fuck 12, current B still locked in the pen. I ain't even tripping cause the sentence by the end. Move, bitch. Get on my way. Bad little bitch won't get on my face. Scraps on deck, we can clap all day. Young nigga, you try through the hallway. I really get it active from broad day. You fraud man, a nigga cap man, you not gang. I really spin your mat, let the shots bang. We gon' shoot sticks. I hit a nigga up with a full nick. If it's up in the start, nigga, don't bitch out. Get that bitch a good fuck, then I gotta dip out. I'll fuck a bitch now. Bet she want the dick now. Cause everybody in they mama playing my shit now. Ain't nobody want no drama, no we with the shits now. It ain't shit to make a gravestone with a stick now. Move, bitch, ayy, get on my way. Please don't interrupt when I'm getting to the cake. The pistol on me talk, that stay on my waist. My flow ludicrous, fast and furious shit. I'ma get the shooting shit and expand my way. Nigga, we know you a bitch at the end of the day. You pick up the pen to the people giving names. Shout out Smith and Wesson, them a nigga best friend. I'll never fold, never pick up the pen. Then a nigga ran when we spin the band. If you still outside, then we spinning the game. I'm 100 plus 10, nigga, I can up a 10. It's us never land till a nigga like then. Fuck 12, current B still locked in the pen. I ain't even tripping cause the sentence by the end. Move, bitch, ayy. Get on my way. Bad little bitch won't get on my face. Scraps on deck, we can clap all day. Young nigga, you try through the hallway. I really get it active from broad day. You fraud man, a nigga cap man, you not gang. I really spin your mat, let the shots bang.
Make me sleep tonight. Sex will make me sleep tonight. I'll make it better when I find you. Till then you're lost. Tell me, do I remind you of someone you lost? I'll make
make it better when I find you. Till then you're lost. Tell me, do I remind you of someone you love? Your eyes given by the gods. You the type to let me know that what I did was wrong. You give me less, but I steady wanna give you more. My back was hurting and I still walk to your door. No reassurance, scratch the surface when we hit the floor. Touch on your body, start leaving when we sweating more. Forevermore, I love it, I love it, I love it. There's nothing else I'll put above it. Find you in the kitchen, opened up your oven. Lost out in the field where I might grow. Where my heart was too small, might grow. Girl, get a glance and she's psycho. If I get a chance, then I might go. Scared to be alone, so I'll probably never leave her. Opened up my eyes, now I'm truly a believer. Sex will make you sleep tonight. Sex will make me sleep tonight. Oh, I'll make it better when I find you. Till then you're lost. Tell me, do I remind you of someone you lost? I'll make it better when I find you. Till then you're lost. Tell me, do I remind you of someone you love? Castaway, never cast away. I put my last away just for them couple of dollars that I ain't put my past away. Fuck wrong with these niggas if they try to heal my pain. I feel like my thoughts get locked up in my brain. Who the fuck gon' say it? I am. I feel like the beast in the cage, nigga, a lion. Niggas keep on capping cause I swear they do this on the daily. I wanted you to be mine, I wanted you to call me baby. Wanted it hurt, a little stressing. All of this on my mind, I swear I keep on stressing. You wanted blessings, raining down all on me. I put the showers raining like money, that's all on me. Okay, everything I did was for you, and yeah, you know it. And you had your chance, motherfucker, will you blow it? And I ain't gonna let you get that again. You was lost, now you was fine, now you're lost. I'll make it better when I find you. Till then you're lost. Tell me, do I remind you of someone you lost? Babe.
Too many platinum plates, I done got way too greedy. They came in Saturday, I got them plates deleted. Put the letter A through Z, then I'm a AMG it. This shit here way too easy. Okay, designer G me. I put my mirrors in the cleaner, gonna stand the steamer. I put that little bitch in some BB toner, gonna and beat it. I walked in with my bow, cause I'ma keep on beating it. They told me keep on eating. Okay, double G me, please. Ace of spade of bubbly, I came up off government cheese. So my me go hurry, gonna expedite them peas. Hey, I like my pancake surfer with an extra pint of lean. They don't let them breathe, no. Who you think you fooling? Told me to pay the fool, they say I see you in that movie. Keep on doing it, bitch, I'm Bobby Johnson. The black, Frank White, I'ma keep it coming.
Let's drop it, we get it back. You know how we let it lock up. Bring it back. Oh, that's 4 now. Hot that all black. Bitch, I get my bullet on, and I had my hoodie on. That bitch nigga died, he ain't make it. We done did it wrong. Get my boots dirty. It was me, bro, we had 230. Splash bros, he Thompson, I'm Curry. Hold on, the way he shoot that bitch, I know he nervous. I'm fatty, so call me, said they ready. Fuck them, when stood up, they bounce around like dead. Steady fucking up, they say shit the Drake or the West. She with her homegirl, I think that they lesbian. She don't want Hennessy, down Julio got her tip. Stand over him, bitch, I know he dead. A cold stuff, gon' send me that bread. Oh, it's so open shop, make you relocate where you stay.
I do the payment. Hit them both legs, said okay then. Send the location, drop the top. This a street sweeper, not a mop. Hey, it was rock, he was dead by 3 o'clock.
Fuck your baby daddy, tell him bring that bread out. He ain't even survive from the headshot. Been fucking niggas hoes, bam, bam, made a barrel. Made a Drake scene, the bitch to talk shit, the bitch to sell out.
Okay, your daddy and your brother, them some bitches. See my daddy and my brother, them they with it. My bitch better than the motherfucker, she with it. She my energy. Okay then. The plugs in the blocks, well okay then.
Say they drop that 10 o'clock, okay, okay then. They say, let's go spin them block, I'll say, okay then. Okay, okay then. Okay, okay then. If a nigga say us up, I say, okay then. Okay, bitch, we rich as fuck, okay, okay then. Bitch, we rich as fuck, okay, okay then. Okay, okay then. Okay, okay then.
Welcome back, kings and queens, ladies and gent, hoes and pimps. I'm enjoying my time on air with y'all this evening. And speaking of time, you know we got to do that time check. The time is now 8:52. If there are any callers, the phone line is open. Call in now before we make our way into the last segment of the show. That number to call in is 470-588-1198. Again, that number to call in is 470-588-1198. Call in now. Let me know how I'm doing. If you're enjoying season 2 already, let me know how I'm doing. Call your girl up, 470-588-1198. Moving right along with the show, I just want to say it feels great to be back on the air. I'm looking forward to seeing what this season brings. I believe we have surpassed the rookie stage of my radio career, as I've truly taken the time to invest in myself and my craft. Speaking of investments, I'm definitely loving the new Zoom P8 mixer. I simply cannot thank the people who donated towards this purchase and invested in my dreams. Words simply cannot express my gratitude, ladies and gentlemen. I really, really, really am in love with this thing. I'm still learning it as I go. I realize it's a lot with running a radio station. As I said earlier, I'm a one-woman show, but you know, to whom much is given, much is required. And this is my dream and this is my passion. And I love coming to you live and speaking to y'all and bringing y'all good content and real rap raw conversations. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my time to go. But if you missed tonight's show, you can listen to it again at hiddencityradio.net tomorrow. I gotta do some little adjustments to the schedule, being that I'm back on the air. And I really don't have a set date and time as to when I'm gonna come on. I told my homegirl earlier today, I said, yeah, so I'm just gonna come on the air whenever I like, anytime I like, between the hours of 7 and 9. How's that sound? But yeah, let me figure that out on the back end, get my schedule together, because I got a lot of programming to do. Y'all just don't understand how much goes into running a radio station. I know I keep saying that, but I need to stress it to y'all. I'm only one woman. So when certain shows don't play or when something messes up on the back end, please charge it to my head, not to my heart. And I'll try to do my best to get it resolved as soon as possible. So I want to thank y'all for keeping it locked with your girl Top Notch Butterscotch. Y'all know I don't like to end the show without dropping some hip hop. Y'all remember, keep it real, rap, and raw so they can't call you flaw. I'm your girl Top Notch Butterscotch. I'll talk to y'all later.
Real hot girl. And if the beat live, you know Lil Juke made it. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body crazy curvy wavy beat. Yeah, Lil waist. Body crazy curvy wavy beat. Lil waist. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Look at how I body that. Ate it up and gave it back. Yeah, you look good, but they still wanna know we're making that. Saucy like a barbecue, but you won't get your baby back. See me in that dress and he felt like he almost tasted that. Num 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 num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm present when I'm absent, speaking when I'm not there. Call them scary cats, I call them Carol Baskins. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. bitches been getting these through the quarantine. I'm very well on my shit, as you could tell. Any I beef from years ago is beefing by herself. If we took a trip on the real creep tip, rule number 1 is don't repeat that. Rule number 2, if they all came with you, they better know exactly what the they came to do. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big, little waist. Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big, little waist. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. The category is body. Look at the way it's sitting. That ratio so out of control. That waist that. If I were me and I would've seen myself, I would have bought me a drink. Took me home, did me long, ate it with the pennies on. I could build a house with all the brick I got. Been a lifetime trying to get this high. And if her head too big, I could make that pop. I'm not the one to play with, like a touch me not. Body yaddy 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 yaddy.